Hello, children. So, today in this module, we are going to read the poem The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. About the poet. Walt Whitman was born on May 31, 1819, in West Hills on Long Island, New York. At the age of 12, Whitman began to learn the printer's trade and fell in love with the written words, largely self taught. He read voraciously, becoming acquainted with the work of Homer, Dante, Shakespeare, and the Bible. Along with Emily Dickinson, he is considered one of the most celebrated poets of America. Whitman's work breaks the boundaries of poetic form and is generally prose-like, and that is why he is often called father of free verse. About the poem. The Voice of the Rain is a short poem composed in free verse. Originally, it was published in a periodical called Outing in 1885. It was later printed again in Leaves of Grass, Whitman's most celebrated collection of verse. In The Voice of the Rain, the speaker listens to the personified figure of the rain and compares it to the song of the earth. Describing each stage of the water cycle, the poem pays homage to the restorative power of the natural world and claims that poetry nourishes humanity just as rain nourishes the earth. Explanation of the poem. Stanza 1. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated. Word meaning Who art thou? Means who are you? Said I. I asked. Shower, rain, figure of speech, children. You can see here that apostrophe is used. Apostrophe is a figure of speech in which a speaker directly addresses someone or something that is not present or cannot respond in reality. The next figure of speech used in the poem is, or in this stanza, is imagery. The soft falling shower creating an image of gentle rain. Paraphrase. The poem opens with an example of apostrophe. It's unclear whether the speaker expected an answer to the opening question that he asked the soft falling shower. Who are you? Or if the speaker was simply asking, thinking aloud. Either way, the encounter is decidedly strange to tell. From the speaker's point of view, the speaker, like the reader, seems not to know yet what to make of hearing the rain speak, and the speaker also translates the speech of the rain for the readers to understand. Stanza 2. I'm the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed, and yet the same. Word meaning Eternal, forever. Impalpable, something which is intangible or cannot be touched or seen. Bottomless sea, deep sea. Upward, going high. Heaven, sky. Whence, from where, and vaguely means not clearly. Paraphrase. The rain says that it is a poem of the earth, establishing the rest of the poem as an extended metaphor. The rain then describes the three stages of its life cycle, the first being evaporation. It is born in an invisible and intangible form which rises from the water bodies in the form of vapor. The rain has yet not taken a physical form. Much like the initial thoughts behind a poem exist before taking shape on a page, this line may also refer to the poetic tradition of drawing inspiration from the natural world, as though a poem is rising from nature itself, the land and sea. The next stage is condensation. The rain reaches the infinite sky to change its appearance into clouds of different shapes and sizes, which corresponds to the poet's initial composition of a poem, when their ideas come together to form a visible work. Yet, the rain says it remains the same in its heart as it was at its birth. Stanza 3. I descend to leave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me was seeds only, latent, unborn. Descent, coming down. Lave, wash, give water to. Droughts, dryness which is caused due to absence of rain or water. Dust, soil. Atomies, small dust particles. Globe, earth, and all that in them, all the seeds buried in the earth, latent, not able to grow or dead. Paraphrase. The final stage of the cycle of rain is precipitation, the point at which the rain at last falls to the earth. From the sky, I start falling down as rain. I provide water to the drought hit areas and wash away the dust particles. I further go deep down into the earth and give water to the seed buried in the earth, which will not sprout or grow. They will just remain unborn. Here, the rain is crucial to the word's health and survival, nourishing it after drought. Continuing the extended metaphor, the poem makes it clear that poetry shares this vital role, replenishing humanity with life just as rain replenishes the earth. Stanza 4. And forever by day and night, I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. Paraphrase. Arriving at the end, the poet highlights that the cycle is indeed a never ending process. The word forever echoes the word eternal from line 4, underlining that from start to finish the cycle remains unbroken. The water cycle's critical component is that the rain returns life to its origin and is itself the material that allows life to exist. Specifically, the word origin describes the land and sea that the rain originated from, which makes sense given that the rain makes pure and beautifies earth with hydration and lushness. Stanza 5. For song, issuing from its birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, regged or unregged, duly with love returns. Word meaning. For means like or same or similar. Issuing, starting or born. Regged or unregged means whether you liked or disliked, whether cared or not cared for it. Duly, rightly. Paraphrase. These lines link the rain to song and are in brackets because these are spoken by the poet. According to these lines, poetry originates from a birthplace and then enters a period of fulfillment, which likely means its evolution into a final form. Then it wanders amongst the people or readers. The phrase regged or unregged means heard or unheard, or felt or unfelt, meaning that only some of the readers will care much about it. But regardless of how many people did or did not derive meaning from the poem returns to its origin with love, granting its creator or poet a sense of satisfaction for creating it. The word love also adds a new layer of meaning to the roles of both the rain and poetry. It seems that their respective connections to the earth and to humanity are emotional rather than simply natural. Theme of the poem. The poem Voice of the Rain celebrates rain and its natural cycle for the benefit of earth and the life it supports. The poem is in the form of a conversation between the poet and the rain. The whole narrative of the rain is about how it leaves the ground, completes its cycle, and eventually comes back to its origin out of love in order to beautify the world and spread life. It says that it purifies earth and also gives life to it. According to the poet, like rain, his poetry is also vital for humans. It also has cyclic nature. First, it goes from the poet to different people. Then it changes them either by teaching them or making them smile, or encouraging them or helping them to solve some problem or struggle against something. Finally, it comes back to the poet along with happiness, criticism, suggestions, etc. Thank you. I hope this explanation of the poem may help you in understanding it in better way. Take care, stay safe.